Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be covering something pretty important to tamers. Obviously I think everybody dabbles in taming at some point, so what we'll be going over is how to train your pet, what to train it with, how to make it extremely powerful, and things that you really don't want to waste your stuff on. So one of the main things that I did, I got this rare Raider Dragon yesterday. Absolutely love it. It looks amazing. It was the color I wanted, and that saved me from having to go and like try to color dye it later or whatever. I just didn't feel like doing that. So I actually also got a rare Nightmare today, so I'm going to be training both of these up. So this one's fully trained as far as its actual training points go, and we're down here stuck to what we want to train into it. Let's take a quick look. I've already bumped up my physical, fire, cold, poison, and energy resist as high as they will go on this guy. I bumped up my dexterity just a bit to where he's not flailing behind me, going so slow, asking to catch up, really slowing me down, because you're not going to be mounted obviously with this creature beside you in battle. So it's important that he keeps up with you. I did mana, I did master majory, I kept dragon breath and bleed attack. I don't quite have the capital right now to go spruce for all 120s. So what I did was got up to 115 in anatomy, 115 in parry. It already almost came with 120 in tactics and almost was 115 in wrestling anyways. Over here, Majory was already over the cap of 120. Eval's almost 115. I did med 115, and that's that. So in order to go in and actually look at what you can and can't do, like I can look into magical abilities and I could pick one of these if I wanted to try to replace something. I am pretty sure I'm not going to be replacing anything on this particular dragon, just because I like Mastery Mastery, Dragon Breath, and Bleed Attack. I think that they're going to be a good set of skills for me to use, and as of so far with my testing with it, I'm not feeling weak in almost any situation. So increasing the combat skill caps, I guess I could get like resisting spells to 115. I don't know what that would cost. I don't have any idea why I would go any further on focus, but um, as the money comes in, if this becomes my favorite mount, obviously I will try to save a little bit to put into 120s in the primer skills. Magic kill or skill caps. I can't do Majory. Eval is just a shy away from 115, so I don't feel like that's really worth it. And meditation and resisting spells, that's already over 110, and so there wasn't a whole lot for me to do there. So we get back to stats. We could raise up the strength a bit. We could raise up the intelligence a bit. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to raise up the strength a little bit. I don't think I can raise it much. I can't raise it at all, huh? Okay. So it looks like the strength is already capped out. Let's see if we can raise the dexterity a little bit, maybe. Jeez, this thing is just capped. So let's see. Intelligence. Anything there? Nope. Guess I capped out my stats that way. But they're actually in a good set. I wanted more strength than I did anything. I can definitely put some more into hit points. That would leave us with 350 available. Let's go down a bit. Right now I'm at 650. Let's do 7. Fair amount. We'll scroll over here, get this up to 750. Now he will be harder to kill because he has more life. Train pet, it'll ask you, hey, sure. Yes. Now, big boy here at 750 HP. Bunch of special moves that I absolutely like. The only thing I wish he would maybe get into would be something with like a AoE, but I don't see anything like that. So I'm gonna have to guess that that's just not something to maybe. Yeah, I'm worried if I tag on spell weaving that it'll remove my magery, and I'm not gonna do that. But let's go back into stats. We've already done the regeneration stems, not super important. So I did mana and hit point regeneration. And let's go ahead and move up his all I did is his. Let's look at his mana now. Got a little bit more he can go into mana. We will do that completely. And now, I didn't mean to click off on that. Now you will have a few points saved over. I definitely recommend never just blowing your load on all of your points the full time. Save some points over so later on, if you get higher skill scrolls, you'll be able to take those skill scrolls and still use them without having 0 points. Because at that point, you've got, you love the pet enough that you want to keep it, but you didn't love it enough to keep enough points to make it better. So it's 1,000,000 gold, I believe, for the golden carrot to reset your stats. So at that point, it's almost better just to go buy another greater dragon if you can't go tame it yourself. I actually tamed this one in Destard, and I was actually running through really upset because I got a rare dragon. As soon as I tamed it, they went full on orgy on it and killed it, and it just really destroyed my soul inside. But walking back, I found this thing, and after several attempts and many deaths and skeletons just covering Destard, I was able to get it. So moral of the story here is, though, that you want to make sure to set everything up. The biggest things, in my opinion, are going to be the regeneration, mana regeneration, health regeneration. Stam is depending on, I guess, the pet. You want to make sure that your base damage is as high as it can be, and you want to make sure that all of your stats that you're going to be using efficiently, such as this guy's going to be using magery, wrestling, tactics, anatomy, and parry. And of course, meditation for when he's doing his thing. So you want to raise all those up as much as you can. Fiscally, sometimes it's not possible to get the 120s. So, or if you know one of those other players is just sitting on a mountain of gold, if you can get past the Scroogeness, then, at that point, you ask them and they say, hey, yeah, I will give you a couple of 120s. I don't know that it'll happen, but it's possible. But yeah, that's going to be the video here. Just kind of wanted to go over how to level up your pets and level them up effectively. I'll try to get a different pet that maybe has more options to do AoE and do a level up on that one as well. Like I said, I just got this. It's a 1-slot nightmare. So as soon as I get him up on levels, I might be able to video that and just kind of show how I go through it, what I actually do to put that stuff in. So, like, for example, if you're going to raise up on your, let's say, wrestling to 115, you have to go in, you have to click on increased combat stats, you have to click on wrestling, and then it'll ask you what you want to do. Right now we're at 110 wrestling. So if we wanted to go to 115 wrestling, it would cost 50. But I'd have to have a 115 wrestling in my bag if I hit train pet, or it wouldn't work. So just keep that in mind. You do have to have the scrolls beforehand. You can't just preload it with stuff and hope that it gets there. And that's about it. It took me a very long time to find this guy, and an even longer time to find the nightmare. So when they say rare, they do mean it. But I wouldn't say that it's not obtainable for the average player. I don't think that you're only going to have the tryhards, are not going to be the only ones that are going to get these mounts. I simply kind of do my thing around the house or whatever it may be, and then when I come back, I run these things a little bit, check them out, maybe go through a couple of spawn waves, and if they didn't spawn, then I get bored and I go do something else. But I always just recall right back and take a look, and if it's there, and this time it was, I can recall out, lasso my pet, and then go right back there to tame it. It's pretty fun, pretty efficient. Well, as always, guys, thank you for listening. If you've gotten this far, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video.